Happy Mindfulness Monday. Today I'm in beautiful New Mexico in the Santa Fe National Forest. I thought I'd guide a little quick and easy yoga for travelers. Sitting in a plane is dreadful, and I always feel like I need a good stretch afterward, you know? Even if you don't travel and you have a desk job, this is perfect for you. Good for your hips, mobility, just get a stretch in. I'm excited to share this with you and share this practice with you in this beautiful space. Let's get started.
Today we're going to start off at the top of our mats, about hip width distance apart, grounding down into all four corners of your feet, Tadasana or mountain pose. Open up your palms so that they're facing outward. Open up your heart and your chest. Find your straight posture, ground and lengthen throughout your entire body as you inhale, and as you exhale, settle down into the earth. Tuning into your body. Deepen your breathing here and set an intention for your practice. Whether that's a word, a phrase, or a sentence. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, twist over to the right side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring it over to the left. Dropping your left hand down to your side, right arm comes overhead, gaze comes up at your right hand. Inhale to center. And exhale, bring it over to the right. Bring your gaze up towards your top hand. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring it over to the left. One more time, bringing it over to the left. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, take a nice side bend, stretching through the left side body. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up towards the center. As you exhale, drop your arms towards your sides and start swinging your arms from side to side. It's going to feel a little silly, but just surrender here. Allow yourself to fully let go. Let your arms flail, completely let go. Let them slap the side of your body, massaging your internal organs, warming up the spine. Just releasing any tension you might still be holding on to. This is great, especially if you've been on the plane or sitting all day. Just giving your spine some other movement other than sitting down all day. And start to pick up the pace, twisting a little bit faster. Maybe even laughing if it feels silly. Just releasing and letting go. And eventually start to slow down. Coming back to your center. Slowly but surely finding a neutral spine. Find your balance. Add a slight micro bend into your knees. And as you inhale, scoop your chest up, bringing your gaze up towards the sky, pushing your hips forward, taking a back bend. And as you exhale, sweep your hands towards the back of your thighs, coming down into a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe swinging from side to side. Add a generous bend to your knees here. Maybe the top of your chest touches the tops of your thighs. Hands can come to opposite elbows. You can take a ragdoll here, swaying from one side and to the other. Keeping the intention of release. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway with a flat back, keeping your gaze down. And exhale, release, forward fold. Step your right foot back, coming into a low lunge. Come up onto the ball of your back foot, shifting forward and back to open up the right hip. And as you inhale, plant your right hand on the mat and extend your left arm up towards the sky, gazing up at your top hand, taking a low lunge twist. Drop your back knee and reach back and around for your back foot. Crescent lunge twist with a quad stretch. Pull your foot a little bit closer to your body if you'd like a little bit of a deeper stretch, or just loosening up your grip a little bit if you need a little bit less intensity today. Playing around and exploring with your body. Exhale, release your back foot, bring your left hand down to frame your front foot, lift your back leg, and plant your back foot onto the mat at a 45-degree angle as you lift your arms overhead, coming into Warrior One. So your left knee is going to be bent still, and your back foot is going to be pointing towards the front corner of your mat. Open up your chest here, cactusing out both arms. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, cactus out your arms. Open your chest, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale to reach. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper, goddess arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus arms. Drop your hands down, frame your front foot, step your left foot back, coming into a plank pose. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, and keeping your elbows tucked in towards your body, lower your chest all the way down to the mat. Inhale, take a low cobra. And exhale, release your forehead down to the mat. Inhale, this time maybe fully extending your arms, taking a high cobra. Keeping your gaze forward. If you'd like to add a little bit more heat, maybe pressing into the tops of your feet and lifting your thighs off the mat to take an upward facing dog. And exhale, fully release back onto the mat. Inhale, come back up into plank, and exhale, shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bending into one knee and bending into the other knee to open up the hamstrings and the calves. Remember to push into all 10 fingertips and push your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Broadening your shoulders to create space for your ears and fine-tuning your alignment here. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Take a few hip circles here, taking it in one direction and in the other direction. Take a deep breath in and exhale, step your right foot through to the front of your mat, low lunge on the other side. Come up onto the ball of your back foot, plant your left hand down into the mat, and inhale, extend your right arm towards the sky, gazing up at your top hand. Exhale, drop your back knee, untuck your back toes, and reach back and around for your back foot. Taking a quad stretch on this side again, and if you fall out of it, just coming back into it. Again, drawing your foot closer to your body if you want to explore more intensity, and loosening your grip up a little bit if that's not exactly what you need today. Meeting yourself exactly where you are. Exhale, release your foot. Bring your hand down to frame your front foot. Lift your back leg. Plant your back foot onto the mat at a 45-degree angle, and inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Warrior One on the other side. Keep a nice bend in your knee, in your front knee. Lift your hands up overhead, paralleling your arms, and as you exhale, cactus out your arms. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, goddess arms. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, cactus out your arms, being really intentional with this movement. Inhale to reach. Exhale, cactus out your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Keeping your heart open, keeping your chest open. Exhale, release both hands to frame your front foot. Flow it out. Shift 2 inches forward, lower down halfway, keeping a 90-degree bend with your elbows. And inhale, push your chest through your arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, release your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Fine tune your alignment here. Being intentional with this posture. Inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Taking a few hip circles here in one direction. And in the other direction. Step your left foot forward, coming into a low lunge again. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, high lunge. And exhale, open up towards the right side. Both feet are parallel with each other. Bring your hands to your hips in this wide-legged stance. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, hinging at your hips, bring your chest down all the way towards the mat. Lowering your arms to the floor, lowering your forehead to the floor. Just trying to bring your forehead and your head as close to the mat as possible. Maybe hands reach for opposite elbows here, or maybe your hands reach for the outsides of your feet to help you draw your head a little bit closer to the floor. Just focusing on releasing in this half inversion. Walk your hands over to your left foot. Walk your hands over to your right foot. Inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, Skandasana on the right. Inhale, maybe bringing your hands to the mat or challenging yourself a little bit and keeping your hands raised. Shift over to the left side, taking Skandasana on the left. Remembering to keep your chest open, your heart space open. Maybe your right toes stay flexed. Your next inhale, come to center and shift over to the front of your mat, coming back into a low lunge with your left knee bent and your right leg extended out behind you. Both hands come to the inside of your left foot. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward to the outer edge of your mat, taking a Malasana squat. Both elbows come to the inside of your knees. And as you exhale, bring your hands to prayer position and push your knees away from each other. If you find yourself curving over a little bit and your chest isn't as open, you can come up onto the balls of your feet and bring your feet a little bit closer to each other. Or if you find that your chest is open enough, just staying in that original Malasana squat. Keep your gaze forward. Option to drop one of your hands to the mat and extend your other arm up towards the sky, gazing up at your hand, taking a twist. Exhale, release your hand and switch out your arms. Other hand comes up, gazing up at your top hand. Exhale, release your hand to the mat. Inhale, extend both legs. Heel toe your feet back to center, coming into a forward fold. Step your right foot back and step your left foot back, plank pose. Take it through your flow here. You can take knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or completely skip it and meet in downward facing dog, honoring wherever you are today. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. Take a few more hip circles here. And step your right foot through to the front of your mat. This time your right knee meets your right wrist and your right ankle meets your left wrist, creating this figure 7 formation for pigeon pose. If you'd like to explore strengthening your pelvic floor a little bit, maybe lifting your hands up, coming into a prayer position. Or if you're ready to come down and rest into pigeon, lowering your forehead to the mat, maybe resting your forehead on your forearms, resting it fully on the mat, or even bringing a pillow or a block for your forehead to rest on. Just taking it nice and easy here. Pigeon can be an intense hip opener, bringing up stored feelings, traumas, emotions. So if anything does start to come up, just observing and allowing space for those feelings to exist, and eventually letting them go with each exhale. Inhale, slowly peel your chest away from the mat. Shake out your shoulders. Tuck your back toes and lift your right leg back up into a 3-legged dog, coming out the same way we came in. Drop your right foot down to meet your left, and inhale, reach your left leg up, taking a 3-legged dog on the other side, and step your left leg through to take pigeon on the other side, creating that same figure 7 shape we did. Option to bring your hands to a prayer position here, challenging your balance, strengthening your pelvic floor. You can even reach back and around for your back foot to take an extra quad stretch here. Or maybe if you have king pigeon within your practice, taking a king pigeon. And eventually exhale, release your foot if you have a hold of it, and lower yourself all the way down into your mat, coming into a resting pigeon. Inhale, slowly lift yourself back up. And this time, instead of lifting your left leg up into a three-legged dog, we're going to be shifting our weight onto our left side, keeping our left knee bent, and lifting and bringing your right leg over your left knee, taking a seated twist. Your left heel is going to be close to your right glute. Take a look at the screen if you need a little bit of help positioning. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, and exhale, go ahead and twist over to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of your left knee as your right hand plants behind you for support. As you inhale, come over to the other side, taking a little counter stretch here. Switch out your legs. So this time your left leg is going to come over your right leg. Inhale to reach, and exhale, twist over to the left. Right arm comes to the outside of your right knee. Left hand plants behind you for support. Again, take a counter stretch here if you did on the other side. Inhale, find the center of your mat. Extend both legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, fold forward, coming into a seated forward fold. If your forehead doesn't quite touch your knees yet, add a generous bend to your knees here, so that your forehead can touch your knees. You don't want to force anything and strain your back. There's no right or wrong way for this to look, so if bending your knees is what feels most supportive, go for it. Inhale, peel yourself away from your legs. And exhale, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lower yourself all the way onto your back. Inhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Take a few big hip circles in one direction. And in the other direction. And as you exhale, cross it over your left side body, take out your right arm, gaze over your right shoulder, supine spinal twist. Inhale, draw your knee back in towards your chest. Switch out your legs here. Left knee comes in towards your chest. Right leg extends out in front of you. Take a few more hip circles here, going in one direction, and eventually switching out to the other direction. Inhale, draw your knee in towards your chest, and exhale, cross it over your left side body. Tee out your left arm, bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Your right hand can rest gently on your left knee. Inhale, draw your left knee back in towards your chest. Release both legs to the mat so that your knees are pointing towards the sky. And inhale, lift your hips up, coming into a bridge pose. Squeeze your glutes here, squeeze your core to help you lift a little bit higher. Maybe even scooping your shoulders a little bit underneath your back to open up your chest more. And exhale, release your hips back onto the earth. Extend your left leg, extend your right leg, comfortably resting your arms at both sides, palms facing up. Let your feet fall out into opposite directions. And take any small adjustments before settling into your final Shavasana. Maybe that's wiggling out your toes and your fingers and rolling out your wrists and your ankles, just working out any small kinks before really settling into the stillness. Take some time for yourself. I'll let you know when to come out of your Shavasana. start introducing little movements back into your body. And then eventually, when you're ready, and only when you're ready, come up onto your right side, resting in a fetal position. Head rests comfortably on your bicep, knees tucked in towards your chest. And then eventually coming to meet me in a seated position at the center of your mat, getting ready for your final meditation. Come to sit however feels most comfortable, whether that's seated with your legs crossed or coming to sit on top of your heels in a seated kneeling position. Bring your hands to heart center in a prayer position. And bow your chin down towards your chest, thanking yourself for showing up to your practice today. Thanking your body for allowing movement. And thanking yourself for showing yourself this act of self-love. I thank you for joining me in this practice. And I thank you for allowing me to guide you. Namaste.